Good morning. It's 4 p.m. It's 4 p.m. All right, we got some cool stuff ahead of us here today. We're gonna drive over Anarchist, so a hard climb up and then a fun descent down. I hope I hit record at the right time so that the camera's batteries last long enough to get all the way over there. But not a short video. We'll see. It's 76 kilometers. So in theory, we should be able to make it. So yeah, we're just coming down the E-Holt here. I've gone through Greenwood already. I was really hoping to record Greenwood, but the roads were wet. And as we started leaving Greenwood, the roads started getting nice and dry. So I've been trying to, every single day, put off shooting a video until the roads are dry. It's that time of year where we're getting dry roads and I can get the better viewpoints. So yeah, down the E-Holt, we're going to head to Osoyoos. Quick message from our sponsor, the Sutherland Group. Now hiring Super B woodchip, Super B flat deck Class 1 drivers in BC's Lower Mainland, the Okanagan, Kootenays. Gotta focus on the road. Yeah, and they're also hiring brokers all the way to Newfoundland. They're hiring blasters and mechanics, tire changers. Large variety of jobs available. Either way, go to sutco.ca, use promo code QuanFan, let them know I sent you. Also, make sure you use my name as a reference, and that way any referral bonus I get, I'll split with you. So it could be a nice bonus for you as well. Doing some carving of corners. Yeah, it's been one of those overcast days. It's snowed a little bit. It's been interesting. So yesterday's video we were in Kalispell. So I drove empty all the way to Creston, loaded there, drove all the way down to Post Falls, Idaho, delivered that load yesterday. So I delivered 2 loads yesterday, one in Columbia Falls and the one in Post Falls, and then got to the border with just like half an hour to spare. Crossed the border, and that gave me an extra 2 hours. Went to Salmo, to Sutco's main repair shop. Got two new tires put on the tire, 2 new tires put on the trailer. Had 2 of my marker lights fixed, and got 1 new battery put into the truck because the batteries were having issues. One tested bad. And then drove to KMT in South Slocan, loaded there, and now we're headed down to Oregon. Hopefully I can deliver this load tomorrow and still get home on Friday late night. We'll see. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be very, very tight, but we'll see. This is town of Midway. Popo sitting over there. Nice to see that. People speed through here so much. So yeah, we have a wide load. It's 10 feet and 2 inches wide. Setco truck. Fairly heavy load. I don't have to worry about weights, but I'm close to weights. It's one of those, you know, the perfect load where you're heavy, so you're carrying the most possible for the customer, but also you don't have to worry about hitting scales and being a little too close to the max weight. So the scale in Castlegar was closed. Sometimes that means this scale over here in Midway is open. The police sitting in town, higher chance of this scale in Midway being open. A little bit of blue sky up there. It's the most blue sky I've seen today. So hopefully we get some more of that. I'm a fan of blue sky and dry roads. It's been a good winter though. It's been a good winter. We haven't been caught out by terrible snowstorms. Gotten a lot of snow, but we've never been caught out in terrible snowstorms. So if that just we lucked out and we're at the right place at the right time, or we actually had less storms, scale is closed. The essential driver is pulling into the scale. It's a good place to stop and check all your belts and straps, and also there's a restroom there. One of our places that we stop and sleep at. The scale's a nice one. It's usually nice and quiet. The next town is Rock Creek, and then we get our hard climb. And hopefully the Anarchist Pass is dry. Looking at the clouds that direction, not too optimistic looking, but hopefully the road's dry and our cameras stay in good dry condition, but we'll see. across Kettle River. It's thawing out. The river's slowly thawing out. So we have a lot of snow on the big mountains this year. Hopefully, spring doesn't come too fast and everything melts at once. I would prefer a nice slow melt. That way the ground gets saturated with moisture up on top of the mountains. Forest fires stay away this year and no floods. That would be the best scenario. Freeman's like a hardware garden center store. Very rural. Rural. Why can I not say rural? Rural. I'm over it. Little cabin there said candy cabin. I'm a fan of a candy cabin. So from here we could continue on Highway 3 westbound, which we're going to do. Or you could go north and take Highway 33 to Kelowna. You know, that boring highway that I shoot every now and then. That little inflatable boat in the water there, I don't know if you guys can see it. was so frozen into the ice that I thought for sure the ice would take it and move it down river, but I guess it has survived the ice melt and not broken the rope. I figure a rope would beat, or the ice would tear the rope right off, but Petro-Canada here has a great little bakery. Very good, fresh baked goods. All right, hammer down. That's Highway 33 exit right here. Four-way flashers on. Let's go as fast as we can. Plus 5 degrees Celsius. Nice and warm out. Yesterday in Spokane, it got up to 13 degrees Celsius warm. I actually cracked the windows open, get some nice fresh airflow through the truck. It's pretty close to motorcycle riding type of weather. Doing pretty good here. Making some good progress. Apparently the load's a little lighter than I thought it was, because we're definitely climbing easier than I expected. I'll have to see once I get my permit. We're a little narrower than last time when we went down to this spot in Oregon. Last time we needed a pilot car. That's what, 2 weeks ago now? Pilot car video. Hopefully this time we don't need a pilot car, and if they do need a pilot car, that they don't need cash. Go to an ATM again. That would suck. Didn't much enjoy that. Having to pay someone cash. Because then I got all these fees for taking money out, ATM fees and transfer fees to make Canadian money, US money. I mean, Sutco paid for it all, but it was still obnoxious. Alright, first section of the climb is done. We got a couple more sections. It's like steps. You slowly step your way up Anarchist. Get little breaks. A hard climb, you get a break. Another hard climb, you get a break. Another hard climb. These trucks are just coming out of the brake check. Here you try to get as much momentum as you can, but you have to remember that corner coming up, you have to do 60 kilometers around that corner, or else you're going to roll over. It always surprises me when people roll over uphill, but it can be done. I keep seeing big rigs that do that from time to time. Going downhill, that makes sense. You overspeed and then get to a corner and you can't navigate, and over you go. But that last hairpin we did on the hard climb there, and this hairpin, I've seen big rigs rolled over on both corners going uphill. Well, looks like we got some kind of incident going on here. Tow truck. Oh. It's an Quiring. Famous for the TV show Highway Through Hell. interesting that he got sent out all the way over here. There's tow truck companies in... I'm not sure where closer ones are. There's got to be closer tow truck companies. Yeah, you never know when to expect an incident. I suspect strongly what was going on there is that truck broke down. Oh, that's maybe why Quiring got called. Quiring got called. Truck broke down, so he had to drop his trailer. Quiring brought a replacement truck from down Vancouver area, Greater Vancouver, the Lower Mainland. Brought a replacement truck over here, which the driver is now going to hook onto his trailer, and then Quiring is going to take the broken down truck back to the Lower Mainland. That's probably what's going on there. That's why there were two bobtails there. They dropped the trailer, switched to a working truck. Makes sense. I'd be willing to bet on that one. Never had a bus in front of me on this highway here before. Should be interesting. Unfortunately, I like a lot of momentum through this dip because we get a hard climb right after. Once again, killed all my momentum. Oh well. definitely catching the rig in front of us. This passing zone will end long before we catch them, but we are catching them. Doing 42 kilometers per hour. Speed limit's 100. Yeah, I'll let off the throttle here. He might be doing the same. Oh, he's coming to a stop. Staying at a stop. I don't know what that was. What the heck is going on there? Don't worry about the double solid there, bud. He caught up very fast. Well, give me four-way flashers as a sorry or as a thank you. You're the one that's breaking the law, not me. Couldn't wait till this passing lane, huh? One final great big push here. Passing lane disappears here for a bit, and then we got one more passing lane as we get to the summit. suspect I started recording video too early. I think the batteries are going to die before we get to the bottom, but we'll see. Here's the final push to the top. We still have 13 kilometers to our brake check, and then we have to do another, 15, 17 kilometers down to the bottom. 30 kilometers, what's that, 15, 20 minutes? Maybe. Make it a very quick brake check and just hammer down and go, maybe. I'm trying, guys, I'm trying. If not, then I'll try to time it out next time a little bit later. I was going to stop up here and start recording here, and then I remembered I can't cross the border with the cameras rolling, so that's a no-go. There's some thick clouds over there. Here we go, Anarchist Summit. No sign saying so. I don't know why, there used to be signs. Yeah, all the mountains are covered in clouds. Huh. Grab a gear or two. Want to come down too slow, but also there's a 70 kilometer corner here, so if you come down too fast, you're going to be upside down in the ditch. If you come down too slow, you just came down too slow. So rather too slow than too fast. I came down to perfect speed this time. There's a Mexican restaurant here. Never gone to, but I've always wanted to. all these thick clouds, it's starting to feel dark out already. Small rocks on the road. That time of year where the rock slides start happening a lot. As all the melting ice, the water pours in between all the little cracks of all the rocks and then freezes overnight. It's like a jackhammer in all the cracks of all these rocks, and then down come all the rocks. -0°C out. Still chilly up here. Welcome to the Okanagan Valley. Now we can't see the bottom of the valley, but we'll get there. All right. Didn't check the batteries on the camera, but they're still recording, so let's head down the mountain. I think that'll make this a bit of a longer video, but just get down to the bottom. If you guys want to see me driving through Osoyoos, check out the other videos that I've made driving through the town. And then we got a bunch of hairpins to do. Excuse me. And they get more and more scenic as we go down. So Jess is coming with us next week. She says she's going to come with for 3 weeks before taking a week off. So I'm looking forward to that. Grab a gear or two. And yes, I'm running with engine brakes on full. I always run on engine brakes on full unless the roads are icy. I just leave them on. If I'm off the throttle, then my engine brakes are on. And I don't have to flick them on and off. They automatically, if I turn the engine brakes on to the highest settings or any of the settings, as soon as I take my foot off the throttle, they automatically engage. And when you hear the loud, that kick in, that's the fan. And that robs a couple of horsepower as well, slowing us down. With a quad deck with a US load, I do the downhill here almost at speed limit. Usually around 70, 75 kilometers an hour. Canadian load on the quad deck, I gotta go a little slower, and then if I'm hauling a Super B, it's quite a bit slower. So I always have to keep that in mind too, that I might catch a Super B. And the engine fan will kick on it by itself. but I can override it to turn it on manually. Here's the sharpest of the hairpins. It's like a paper clip. A little bit tighter than a paper clip. And this corner is also a little bit tighter than a paper clip. This is the most dangerous of the corners coming down here, because no matter how close I run the bumper against the concrete barrier, my trailer will go over the yellow line. So if somebody is coming up the mountain has 2 lanes, but if someone's coming up the mountain and another person is passing them around this corner, we will have a conflict of interest. So I'm always looking around the corner. There comes a pickup over in this side, but cut in. So I'm always looking if I have to all of a sudden slam on the brakes and just stop. The road's just not designed very well there. They should just get rid of the passing lane on the other lane and just make it no passing for that corner. Gear with the fan on, engine brake at full, doing 76 kilometers per hour. Just kind of holding it there. Slowly gaining speed. going up to the speed limit. There we go, doing speed limit. Don't have to touch nothing. I might have to tap the brakes just before this corner. So we're doing a little over the speed limit. So I guess technically I picked the gear that was a little too tall. I should have gone 14th gear. Oh, we're slowing down. I didn't have to touch nothing. The brakes were slowing down. We're below the speed limit again. But I think you can't really get much better than that. Turn the fan off. Welcome to Osoyoos. With that, we're going to call it a day. Sweet. I don't even have to touch the brakes for the 60 kilometer. Perfect. I don't think I could have pulled that off any better than that was. I'm quite happy with that. Quite happy with that. Yeah, so huge thanks for watching this video all the way to the end over here. I'm glad I no longer commit to full 1 hour videos all the time. I just do a video and stop the video where it makes sense. Sometimes it makes sense to do a longer video like this. It's like a wood chip trailer, Super Bee. And sometimes they're shorter half-hour videos, or even while we're on vacation, they were like 15-minute videos. Whatever makes sense for the day. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all the comments down below. I really appreciate that. See you guys tomorrow. Hopefully leaving Oregon to somewhere. To home. Hopefully leaving Oregon to home. Sounds like I might be running back empty. Running home empty. We'll see. But yeah, I'll let you know tomorrow how this all goes. Thank you guys again for watching. I'm out of here. You guys rock.